is one of the habits which transformed me as a person because it gives you a lot more lessons, ideas, perspectives, sparks, inspirations, and so much more. So, if you have been looking out to start the habit of reading, you are in the right place. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So as I always say, please consider subscribe to the channel if you haven't already because it really helps this channel grow. If you like the video, please consider giving this video a big thumbs up. So talking about books. Books can be your teachers, your mentors, your advisors, and even your best friend. So you might have understood by this time that this video is all about 5 books that I think you all should read. So without further ado, let's get into the video. If you are interested in buying any of these books, I'll link everything down in the description so you can check it out there. So let's start with the first book. So if you're wondering if there is a book with a simple and straightforward and which has a capacity to change every aspect of your life, I would say yes, because there is such a book. And that particular book covers everything from your health, nutrition, career, finding your purpose, relationships, etc. And the book is none other than this little beauty. You can see how much tiny this book is. Like it is exactly the length of my palm. It is such a small book, but the value that this book gives is amazing. This book is basically a report of a survey conducted in the blue zone. So if you don't know, people in the blue zones live longer than the people in the rest of the world. So the survey was conducted to uncover the secrets of their life. So as a result of the survey, they came up with a concept called Ikigai. So that's the title of this book. So Ikigai basically means the Japanese secret to live a long and happy life. As its backcover says, inspiring and comforting, this book will give you life-changing tools to uncover your personal Ikigai. It will show you how to leave urgency behind, find your purpose, nurture friendships, and throw yourself into your passion. So this book basically starts with finding your Ikigai, like these circles and everything, but as it goes on the way, it covers different areas of your life. Like it talks about the importance of friendships and building a community, finding a career that fulfills you, and finding your life meaning. And it even talks about what foods you should eat and what exercises you should do. Like it has a page which shows what exercises you do. Like I'm not even kidding. Like you can see this. It tells you what exercises you should do and everything. Like there are multiple exercises mentioned in this book. The value that it gives is amazing. And the next book is something that I never saw anyone in online talks about. I don't know why, because this is such an amazing book and this needs more appreciation. That's why I included this book in this video. This book is none other than You Can Win by Shiv Kera. Why I wanted to mention this book in this video is because it has something that all other books doesn't have, which is structure. I'm not saying all other books don't have structure, but this book has a very particular structure, which is like the author begins every chapter by taking a problem and then he goes on to theories explaining what is the problem, where the problem comes from, how can you solve it, and etc. After that, he goes on giving you practical tips to tackle the problem. And at the end of every chapter, he summarizes the points he discussed in the chapter, and there is like a homework session at the end of every chapter so that you can practically implement the advices he gave in that chapter. I'm not even kidding. At the end of every chapter, there is journaling prompts and there's space in the book itself to journal. Look at this. This is the prompt and this is a space to journal. At the end of every chapter, there are multiple prompts and space for you to journal in the book itself. How cool is that? I have never seen such a thing in any other book. And this book basically talks about how to build a positive attitude, how to create success, why winners are winners, what do they do differently to be the winner. Like the cover page says itself, like winners don't do different things, they do things differently, and this talks about what exactly they do differently to be the winners. So I speak a lot about morning routine, the importance of building a morning routine in this channel because I am someone who experienced the changes that a morning routine can bring into your life because it has a lot of positive impact in your life. It can bring a lot of positive impact to your life. The book which inspired me to start a morning routine and changed my life is none other than this book called The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. This book basically talks about how to wake up early, how to build a morning routine, the importance of morning routine, etc. So you can say this book is this thick, but I've implemented almost all the advices mentioned in this book because it's such an amazing book. It's so practical, straightforward, to the point. It is a book that made me realize if you win the morning, you win the day. And its back cover itself says, own your morning and elevate your life, which is completely true. In my morning routine video, I mentioned you should tailor your morning routine around 3 things: one thing for body, one thing for mind, and one thing for your soul. I got that concept from this book. It is a concept introduced in this book. This book is basically a conversation between a successful entrepreneur and two young people, and it's like the advices that the entrepreneur gives to these young people. If you are ready to invest more time for yourself, you should read this book. Next two books that I'm going to talk about are not self-help, they are fiction, but the value these two books hold are this high. So the first book is none other than this masterpiece called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And this book is all about following your intuition, following your gut feelings, following your heart, following your dreams, following your passion, etc. So this is the story of a shepherd boy who follows his dream, and throughout the journey he faced so many hardships, but he never gives up. That's the beauty of this story, and at the end of the story there happens a very beautiful thing. The boy fulfills his dream. That's what this story talks about. It's all about trusting the process and sticking to your intuition basically, because your intuition is very powerful and it can lead you to success. So that's what this story talks about. For some people, the story may feel weird because the ideas that mentioned in this book is not for everyone. It's for those who dare to dream and follow your intuition. So if you are willing to read this book, it is such a beautiful story. The next book is the book which won the Booker Prize award this year. The book is The Heartland by Banu Mustaq. It is a collection of stories, a collection of fictional stories. This book particularly talks about women in Muslim community, but the lives of people, lives of women in general in the 1990s in Karnataka. I cried after reading every story of this book. The Heartland touched my heart that deep because it describes the hardship that girls went through because they haven't had access to education, suppressed by men, forced to do what men wanted them to do, and didn't have any say in anything, and have to become mothers at the age of 11 or 12. It was a life that they lived back then, and I really hope nobody is living this life now. I'm praying for every girl who don't have access to education, who are stopped to study because they are a girl, because they have to do chores at home and are getting married off at a very young age. After I read this book, I learned to appreciate the blessings that I have in my life and to be grateful for it because I have access to good education. I'm 18 and I'm free, but they are not. I'm so moved by this book, and it kind of gave me so much inspiration to work towards this girls' rights and women's rights, to talk more about these online because everybody deserves freedom. Freedom is everyone's right, and it's so ugly that some women in our society doesn't have that. And that brings us to the end of this video. I do really hope that you found this video helpful, and let me know in the comments which book are you going to pick out first, and don't forget to check the links in the description because I have linked every book there down in the description so that you can buy it from there. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys like this video, and thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye, take care.